Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel. That sounded like snails. To Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel.
So keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
So today's video is for the June Hella Handmade Creations. If you are new, Hella Handmade Creations is a monthly indie collaboration featuring many different indie brands that all get together to sell nail polishes and other items on one website for a week-long pre-order period. As always, if you are very confused, I will have a link for the Hella Handmade Creations website down in the description box if you want to read it more on the Hella Handmade Creations sale. But it is a fantastic way to get to know some new indie brands if you are new to, the indie world. So before we get into today's video, got a couple of things to mention. The first being, if you are new around here, hi, I am Nicole. It is wonderful to meet you and thank you very much for clicking on today's video. Do consider hitting subscribe if you enjoy nail polish related content. I upload new videos every single week on Tuesdays and Saturdays featuring a mixture of indie, mainstream, as well as boutique nail polish brands. I also go live every Sunday. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back! How are you doing? Just how's everyone's week going? Hella Handmade Creations opens up on June 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time on the Hella Handmade Creations website. As always, down in the description box, I will have links to the Hella Handmade Creations website, links to the Hella Handmade Creations social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post on NicoleLovesNails.com where I host all of my swatch photos, as well as provide a written review. And of course, also on my blog post, I will have links to each individual maker's website, social media pages, Facebook groups. All the things are also over on my blog post. I can't fit them all in the description box. So they're on the blog post if you would like to show these individual makers some love. And of course, I will also have timestamps down in the description box as well. All the products featured in today's video were sent to me by the brands for the purpose of swatching and reviewing. This video is also sponsored. As always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. Similar to my polish pickup video for June, I am still waiting on a couple of things to come in the mail. If there's any brands that are missing that I usually have in my monthly reviews and you don't see them, I will update my blog post once they arrive. All right, let's get into this video. First up, we have Bee's Knees Lacquer with Game Over. Bee's Knees is continuing their Ice 9 Kills theme, and this one is inspired by the song Rainy Day. The description on this one is a rich teal base with a very strong blue to purple shimmer so that the base looks cobalt blue in most lighting. It is priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Formula on Game Over was pretty good. I did find that this one really needs to be built up. I found on the first coat it looked very sheer. On the second coat the base still looked pretty uneven. Maybe if you aren't as picky as I am about seeing like dark spots on your nail, this might be passable for you in 2 coats. For me, I just thought it was a little bit too patchy and uneven for me in 2 coats. The shimmer in here is ridiculously strong. As the brand mentioned, this one is going to look very blue on your nail. You really only can tell that this has a teal base on like that first coat. Anything after the first coat, like this looks blue. For those of you with super long nails or a very white nail line, I think you might have some visible nailing with this one in 3 coats. It is going to be incredibly easy, but also very, very messy. I thought for sure this was going to be a stainer, but I did not experience any staining with it, but I also only had it on for like 20 minutes. Next up, we have Color Spectrum Polish with 5 Star Island. Color Spectrum Polish is continuing their theme inspired by Animal Crossing, and this one was inspired by the Lily of the Valley achievement in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The brand describes this one as a sheer white with green shimmer, green sparks, and holographic flakes. It is priced at $12.50 for 13 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. 5 Star Island had a really nice, but it was a very thick formulation. It wasn't so thick that I had to add thinner to my bottle, but I did consider it both when I was doing my full length swatches as well as when I was recording the live swatches earlier today. Give Shannon a heads up about that one, so it shouldn't be an issue for customer bottles. I am very recent to my liking of sheer polishes like this one. I love this polish so much in 2 coats that I did not want to add a third. I loved how sheer it looked on me, but definitely you could add a 3rd coat to add a little bit more opacity with this one. If you love like a sheer wash of color, this in 1 coat is absolutely gorgeous on your nails. Shimmer and holographic combo on this one is really what sold me on it, but this was a fantastic polish. I swatched it in 2 coats plus glossy top coat. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured. Removal is going to be fairly easy, but also messy. We have a second polish from Color Spectrum this month, and this one is called Love Yourself. Color Spectrum Polish is going to be donating $2 from each polish sold to the Trevor Project. This one is described as being a light pink loaded with hollow, pink to gold aurora shimmer, rainbow iridescent flakes, as well as gold holographic glitter. It is priced at $13 for 13 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. Love Yourself had a fantastic formula. I really feel like this is the kind of polish that I would not have liked at all prior to starting swatching. Like I would never, ever, ever have picked something out like this for myself, but it is just so damn beautiful. This is a very sheer polish. Once again, if you want like the sheerest of the sheerest wash of color, one coat is going to give you a whole lot of sparkle and shimmer on your nail. I chose to build this one up in 3 coats because I figured, you know, more shimmer, more flakies, more hollow, the better, and I was absolutely right. All the flakies spread very evenly and easy, and the gold glitters dried down with very minimal texture. One coat of top coat smoothed everything out perfectly for me. Removal, of course, will be incredibly messy, but not at all overly difficult. As per usual, I would recommend the soak-off method, but you know, do what you want. Next up, we have Crystal Knockout with Careful of the Power. Crystal Knockout is starting a brand new theme of imaginary witches, and this one was inspired by The Craft. The brand describes this one as a light blue base with a green to purple color shifting shimmer, hollow microflakes, silver reflective glitter, and iridescent flakies. It is priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has no cap. Careful of the Power had a pretty good formula, but this one was very thick. I did end up adding a little bit of thinner into my bottle, and that made application much better. And we'll be tweaking the formulation on this one a little bit that way that the thickness is not an issue for customer bottles. You know what? That thickness didn't even faze me. This polish is so ridiculously sparkly and shimmery and glittery and just everything. I loved it. Will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your personal preference. I personally swatched this one in 3 coats. I did the thinnest of thin coats trying to keep the bulk down, and it actually worked out really well. It does dry down very, very textured due to those silver reflective glitters. I would definitely recommend at least 2 coats of top coat to smooth everything out, and that is what I personally did. Removal. Soak this one off. Do not scrub this polish off. Just don't do it. And now we have Hearts and Promises with Rapunzel. Hearts and Promises is continuing their theme based off of princesses, and this one is described as being a linear holographic light purple base with a gold shimmer. It is priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 300 bottles. The purple base paired with that strong gold shimmer, chef's kiss. Loved it. This one does start off a little bit sheer, so you will need to build it up to get the most opacity, but this did build up perfectly for me in 3 coats. In low light situations, that shimmer is going to give this polish a very metallic look on the nail, and of course in brighter lighting you're going to get like boom holographic, which I always appreciate. If you don't mind visible nail line, this one has pretty decent coverage in 2 coats, but I had very obvious visible nail line in 2 coats, so my photos do show Rapunzel in 3 coats plus a glossy top coat. This does dry down a little bit flat, so you will want top coat for a glossy finish. Removal will be very easy. And the final polish I have is by Night Owl Lacquer, and this one is called Snarktastic. Night Owl Lacquer is continuing their theme inspired by the Gilmore Girls, and this one is described as being a yellow-green filled with fuchsia orange yellow-green shimmer, as well as silver reflective glitter pigment. It is priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Snarktastic had a fantastic formula, but it does start off a little bit sheer. It's going to be another 2 to 3 coater depending on how you feel about visible nail line. This is just such a pretty color. The green base paired with the shimmer plus all the sparkle from the reflective glitter is just chef's kiss gorgeous. I don't know why greens have just been hitting a little differently for me lately, but like I love green right now. You get quite a bit of sparkle from those reflective glitters, but they do dry down very textured. This did not have that wet sand like application some reflective glitters have, but you will want at least 2 coats of top coat to smooth everything out. Removal, of course, will be incredibly difficult and incredibly messy. Don't scrub this polish off. Just don't do that. All right, as far as favorites go, much like my June polish pickup video, at the time of recording, I am still waiting on a couple of things to come in the mail, so editing Nicole's gonna pop in with her favorites, so carry it away, Nicole. Thanks, Nicole. I don't know what's with the fingers. Alrighty, as far as favorites go, I'm still undecided on what my favorite is going to be. So once again, I'm going to list off all of my favorite things about each polish. For the Bee's Knees polish, definitely the shimmer is what got me to like that one. I do kind of wish that I saw a little bit more of the teal base because I personally love a good teal base, but it's hard to hate the shimmer. It's very, very hard to hate the shimmer. For Color Spectrum 5-Star Island, if you've been catching any of the live streams, you know that I have been very much loving this Animal Crossing theme from Color Spectrum Polish. Animal Crossing is my favorite game series of all time. I really loved how much it surprised me that I really was digging that sheer white base. It's not something that I generally find myself gravitating towards often, but like I think the theme paired with just how like sheer and delicate and pretty that one looked on the nail, I just really liked it. Like I refused to do 3 coats. Like it was just so stunning in just 2 coats. And I was also pleasantly surprised at how even it was. Usually like sheer whites are so patchy and just kind of ugly looking. Well, not always, but often. And this one just looked, the coverage was just perfect in 2 coats. For Love Yourself, it was pink and it was gold, and you guys all know
I love gold.
You thought I wasn't gonna do it, and I did it. I snuck it in anyway. So yes, I just love gold, so that one was really pretty as well. And just like pink gold holographic, dumb gonna like it. For the crystal knockout polish, like the sheer level of sparkly goodness, it was just a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I did not mind at all that it was just so thick, because like it was just so sparkly and pretty. And once again, like whenever you have a polish that has like a thicker formulation, be it from time, usage, what have you, nail polish thinner will do really nicely. I personally use the KB Shimmer nail polish thinner. That's the one that I purchased. I do receive that in PR as well, but I also purchase it as well. I feel like this is also the first time I've swatched a polish that was inspired by the movie The Craft that wasn't like a dark, vampy, or witchy kind of color. So I also really appreciated that, even though the inspiration is like very Halloween-y, fall-ish, if you will, the polish did not scream like Halloween or fall. For the Hearts and Promises, once again, the gold got me. The gold got me. So yeah, I just love the holographic paired with the gold shimmer in that one. Like it was just really pretty. And finally, the Night Owl Lacquer was snarktastic. I loved that green base. I love the shimmer. I love the reflective glitter. I thought it was really pretty. I think if I was able to pick just one top pick this month, I likely would have gone with the Night Owl Lacquer. But like all of these were just so good that I just can't pick just one. Take it away, Nicole. Those were my favorites. Also, just a heads up, along with the polishes featured in today's video, there's also a ton more on the HHC website. There will also be some overpours available from previous sale months. On top of there being overpours available this month, there will also be a listing for the Bee's Knees Lacquer and Hella Handmade Creations 8th anniversary trio. This trio was originally only available via winning a giveaway from the Hella Handmade Creation Facebook groups. Each polish is going to be priced at $13, and none of them have caps. I have a blog post up on those if you'd like to get some swatches. Just be aware, all the overpours are extremely limited quantities. I would highly suggest getting on the Hella Handmade Creations website at 12:01 a.m. You need to be there if you want any chance of picking up those overpours. I'd love to know what everyone's planning on picking up for Hella Handmade Creations this month. Like, let me know. I'm always very curious what people are planning on picking up. I will have a wish list with me for Hella Handmade Creations coming up the day after this video goes live. Before we end today's video, I want to give a very special shout out to my channel members, besties. Just thank you all so very much. I love you guys. Your names are all on the screen right now. If you'd like to join my channel memberships, I have a link for that down in the description box. But as always, no pressure at all for me. Just, hit subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, share the video, comment, do whatever you can to help out with the algorithm around here. And just thank you all very much. Like, I just really appreciate all the support. I love you guys too. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!